The bioeconomy is the part of our economy that depends on biological resources. It includes food and feed production, as well as other industries that are directly or indirectly based on the utilization of renewable biological resources. The bioeconomy is a foundation for a future in which societies rely on renewable and sustainable resources to meet needs for energy, chemicals, and raw materials, replacing today's use of non-renewable resources. The bioeconomy will therefore reduce the negative environmental impact of industries and create a basis for sustainable future societies. Bioresources are found in oceans, freshwater, farmed lands, forests, and in the wilderness. Human resources are needed to build industries that will increase the value of sustainably utilized biomass across sectors with improved processes, innovation, new products, and services. The development of these industries is in fact the development of the bioeconomy. The backbone of a strong bioeconomy is sustainable utilization, supporting education and innovation capacity. The blue bioeconomy is the bioeconomy of oceans and freshwater. If managed in a sustainable manner, it is an important source of healthy food, feed, and bioactive compounds. Most people associate the ocean with fishing, but there is more than meets the eye. From each cod caught, it is typical to use the fillet and head for human consumption. The products can be fresh, frozen, dried, salted, or otherwise processed to meet specific consumer needs. In the past, the rest of the fish has typically been considered waste. Intestines, bones, and skin have been thrown away, with additional costs causing negative impact on the environment. This practice is changing rapidly as industries are realizing that side streams from the fishing industry should be seen as a resource rather than waste, and that there is significant additional value to be made from each caught fish. In Iceland, great emphasis is put on sustainable resource management, as well as optimized utilization of each caught fish. Typically 75 to 80% of each cod caught is used for value creation, which is high in comparison to other countries, but can still be improved. Collaboration of research and industries has created important new value streams from what has previously been thrown away. From fish skin, companies are making high-fashion textiles, snacks for human consumption, and even medical products for skin regeneration, all from raw material previously thrown away. We can also take the example of fish frames. By processing fish frames in biorefineries, companies are currently making bioactive compounds that can be used for food supplements, pharmaceuticals, medical and cosmetic products. Fish frames can also be used to produce fertilizers for agricultural use and as feed for microorganisms that produce biodegradable plastics, biofuels, or feed for aquaculture. Bioresources are typically located in rural areas. Biomass, especially aquatic biomass, is a vulnerable material that spoils over time and is expensive to relocate. These characteristics give communities in rural areas a competitive advantage when it comes to the development of new bio-based industries. The development of bio-based industries can therefore be a key in addressing rural community challenges, such as the aging population, gender imbalance, depopulation, and lack of diversity in the job market. Young adults, especially educated young women, choose not to return after obtaining a higher education, often due to lack of diversity and appealing jobs for people with higher education. Strengthening the bioeconomy and developing new bio-based industries that call for an educated workforce in close proximity to bioresources is proving to be a good tool in strengthening social and economic growth in rural areas. The Nordic countries have made a holistic approach to the bioeconomy, with a goal to make the countries leading in the field of sustainable production and utilization of living natural resources for the purpose of reducing waste and promote innovation, green economy, and regional development. Nordbio, the priority program under the Icelandic presidency of the Nordic Council of Ministers, has taken firm steps towards these goals, bringing together a broad group of Nordic bioeconomy experts to work on projects promoting sustainable utilization of the living natural resources. Around 70 innovation projects were carried out with local producers in the West Nordic region focusing on innovation and increased sustainability of food production. Utilizing better bioresources, creating new value from side streams of food processing. Bioeconomy consortiums have been founded throughout the Nordic countries to share knowledge and work on common goals connecting academia, research, and industry together for further development and implementation of the bioeconomy. A close look of the forestry sector reveals that wood can be used to produce replacement products for what we today produce from petroleum, significantly reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Therefore, an overview of opportunities and predictions of future demands of the wood biomass was an important aspect of the program. Another important aspect of the program was to reduce emissions and increase the use of alternative fuels in the marine sector. In some cases, more than half a kilo of oil is burned to catch 1 kilogram of fish. Therefore, a network was established between key players in all the Nordic countries, identifying policy and roadmap recommendations for Nordic policy and decision makers on how to increase the use of alternative fuels and reduce emissions from marine applications. Another important aspect is the ability of healthy ecosystems to reduce the effects of natural disasters. Therefore, recommendations of actions have been put forward which include restoration of birch woodlands to mitigate the effects of volcanic tephra-fall, restoration of rivers and wetlands to mitigate floods, and enhancing resilience towards storm damage in forests. A new approach to education is needed for future society. The Biophilia Educational Project is a large-scale pilot project fostered under the presidency program that builds on the participation of teachers, academics, artists, scientists, and students at all academic levels. It is based on creativity as a teaching and research method where the natural sciences, music, and technology are linked together in an innovative way. The Nordic Bioeconomy Panel has also been established, providing foundation for future strategy setting and cooperation within the Nordic region with the aim of further strengthening the Nordic bioeconomy, increasing value, and creating jobs for future societies.